Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Dual Hearts. On the last episode, we got the clock working in Florence's dream. Let's see what we can reach from here. Mostly the eastern path. But first, some unfinished business to take care of. Remember the last time I told you that there was a piece of dream energy in a tummy up that we couldn't access. As it turns out, that's not entirely true. The piece of tummy underneath the clock we can actually reach now, because if you remember from the tutorial of the draw card, we can suck up HP up and tummy up fragments. There's no like indication when you use the card that you actually got it. You can just sort of throw the card again and it'll show you that there's nothing in it anymore, just based on the fact that it actually like goes flying out as opposed to being used as an item. So now that we've taken care of that, we still don't have the dream energy, but we'll take care of that when we can fly. Just might as well pick up the other thing while we're here. Anyway, there's still one more path to explore here before we're done with the extension to Florence's dream. So let's check it out. There's 2 rings up on that building. Can't quite get them yet. I believe here I started using the spear a lot because since the combat is kind of repetitive, being able to do this sort of launch charge attack is just really engaging to me. I mean, these enemies are pretty easy. There's no real incentive to try to figure out what the optimal weapon is since they all die in 2 or 3 hits. Anyway, we can see some floating platforms back when the cutscene panned back out to show us that the path's leading in and out are back. Let's go check that out, and you can see a dream energy off in the distance. It's a nice middling challenge for this level, or this rather portion of the game. Let's pick it up. It should be number 33. Yeah, so we're a third of the way there. This thing's pretty long. You can see the ending off in the distance and how it curves all over the place. This one has 4 stopping points, as opposed to the previous paths, which only had 2. So, we've got some work to do. Yeah, there it is. You can still see the rings that we have to fly through. Yet another obstacle for when we can actually fly. I promise, it's coming soon. Should be one more combat sequence here. Some of these apple guys and one of those statue things. Take care of this guy. And this guy twice, and I believe here we see, yeah, let's hit him there. And this is interesting to me because it looks like he takes contact damage, friendly fire, from the spiked balls, which to me was really surprising. I'd never actually seen that happen before. It did seem like at the beginning of the fight it just passed right through him. Maybe when he's getting up he's weak to it again, since we launched him with the spear. Anyway, let's get on Bumble and use his big fat butt to allow us to stay on that tiny little platform with a ring on it, and move on. This one's a little dizzying, this little platform here on the side. These we have to keep getting off to get, because the little apples contain a single ring every time, at least on this little path. You can tell this is the sort of the optional portion, because the rings are much more spaced out. You know players coming here because they really, really want to get to the end of the objective of this portion of the level, so there's no reason to leave the player. So that's kind of interesting. Anyway, while I was last on the screen, I realized I was only 2 points away from getting the Arbalest up to level 3, so let's show that off a little bit. You can actually see the combo a few times, that little hit once, then spin and hit it again, which still works with the Arbalest. It's actually a reasonable way to keep enemies stun locked. Check that out, he had like a chest of drawers as a body. It's really weird. Anyway, more items. It turns out both the umbrella and the fork in the ground both give you items if you hit them with a charge attack. The umbrella gives you a dream energy, and the fork gives you a tummy up fragment. So let's pick those up. Need to be in Bumble to get the tummy up fragment, obviously, although we can still use the draw card. Let's kill this guy. Gotta kill everything I come across, because it does take quite a while at this point to actually level the remainder of the weapons up to 4, and so we gotta pick up all the experience points we can, so that I don't have to, so the more I do now, the less grinding I have to do when I actually feel like it would be useful to be level 4. Check it out, it's snowing here. Push the switch, see what happens. Flight pad! Flight pad. Flight pad. That's useful. Okay, there's no reason for there to be this many flight pads. I mean, the game's really sticking it to us that we don't know how to fly yet. I mean, I know this area is huge. Oh, wow. I can stand on this? That's pretty cool. Anyway, that aside, that's all we can do here. So, let's get out of here, and we'll return to our next dream. As I said 2 episodes ago, we would eventually be going back to Toma's dream to actually complete that level the normal way, as opposed to just fighting the boss and getting out. So, let's go explore. We're back at the workers' tent. It's at nighttime again. Let's go inside and see what we can find. Our completion percentage for this level was depressingly low the first time around. I believe, yes, we only got 2%, because all we got was the HP up and the tummy up for completing the level the first time. Now, as you can see, there's plenty to do. There was absolutely nothing to interact with when we were here the first time around, other than the boss itself. I swear, people here have the least imaginative dreams I've ever seen. Alright, we know what to do with that. It's been drilled into our heads from, like, day one. Alright, I smell an objective. Let's get up there. Of course, there's a sheep. Hey, what are you doing? Hey. I need that. Probably. I mean, even if it doesn't give us anything, it certainly appeals to my sense of order to go find that and stick it on the platform. Yeah, apparently Toma's worried about having a heart attack in his own dream. Fortunately, digging is much easier for us. We can dig with our butts or the bomb. These guys again. These guys are apparently like the upgraded form of the enemy that we're going to have to get used to for optional levels like Toma's dream. They're basically the same as the blue jellies from Florence's dream, but they take way more hits. Thankfully, they're also still pretty easy to kill. They're very non-threatening. Let's kill these guys once, and I think I ignore them for the rest of this level. Bomb time! See what's under these little cracked floor panels. There's the sun panel. We actually saw the sun tile. It's just on the other side of this area. We saw it as the camera was panning up to where the moon tile is. There it is. You can see it behind that switch. Let's go take care of that while we still can. Switch here. Let's see what that does in a minute. But first things first, before I get distracted, I do tend to do that really easily in video games. Chuck this on here, and we get Dream Energy all the way up there. Thanks a lot, game. That was helpful. Anyway, this is definitely a vertically scrolling level, so we'll get up there eventually. I do not, just spoiler warning, I do not take the conventional path to actually get there. The switch, of course, only works while you're standing on it, which is a pretty staple role-playing game or adventure game puzzle. The solution is kind of non-obvious. You have to talk to Toma, and he'll stand on the switch for you. But you have to carry him, which is sort of an amusing recursion of that sheep carrying little mini sequence we had to do way back in Yuri's dream. I guess it's the theme. People are lazy as heck. I guess it's their dream. They're entitled to ask us to do whatever they want. That solves that puzzle. We even get the little puzzle solved correctly tune. Let's go check out the second level. And you can already see what's going on here, since the game goes to the trouble of pointing out with the lock on the two torches we have to light, one over there and one on the other side. Let's pick up these rings first. All the enemies are these spiked guys. We can only kill them with Bumble, so not really a rush to do that right now. Honestly, it'll just cost us Esmons, since there isn't any grass up here, and the only thing we can actually kill them with is the breath attack. But I do want to pick up all these rings, because I don't have to worry about forgetting one or two later and having to go back and get them. Although, it did turn out, in retrospect, after I completed this level, I forgot exactly one ring in a corner somewhere. Thankfully, I still have my fire draw card from Santa's dream in the previous video. So we don't have to go hunting a fire Esmon. You know, it usually takes like 5 or 6 tries to find the correct element. Fire, though, is generally the most commonly used to solve puzzles, so now that we have 2 draw cards, there's no reason not to have a fire draw card all the time. Activates that floating platform, which we will go check out as soon as I pick up this last ring. Get hit in the face a couple times, once, twice, yeah. These things do lightning damage for some reason, I'm not really sure why. Come on, get on him. There we go. It is the most frustrating part of this game, is not being able to get him Bumble when you really want to, just because he clips through the wall or whatever and can't, like, form himself correctly. Alright. Vamonos! Come on, let's go. Move! I think this thing's broken. Actually, it takes a charge attack to actually work. Sort of forgot about this. Ooh, check it out. He does the level 3 combo when you equip both of them at the same time. Neat. Kind of forgot how this works. You can see the dream energy from there, and I like sort of contemplate actually just falling down with Bumble to pick it up now, so I don't have to worry about it later. Spear attack does nothing. Sword attack does nothing. You actually have to do it from down here. That activates the propeller and sends the platform spinning up to now the 3rd level. You can see a blue star platform over there under this one. We'll go get that actually, I think, in the next video. This level is actually pretty big. Got a flower in the face. Okay, I gotta take care of this. Apparently the flower is immune to all of our attacks. Wonderful. I mean, we could just walk around him and pick up this ring. There's nothing back here of interest, but this guy's offended my honor at this point, so I think I'm going to take him out. Try the fire draw card, because, you know, flowers are weak to fire. I'm not even sure if this guy is a flower. It's just one of those, like, really oddly shaped, bizarrely polygonal, like, really unorthodox enemies that only appeared once or twice in the entire game. Just use the breath to kill him. Takes 3 hits. even with the breath, you can see his sort of invincibility frames trigger after every actual hit with the breath. So it's unclear to me what you're actually supposed to use if it's not just the breath attack. Anyway, some more rings. There's a door over here, and you can see sort of on the top there's an arbalest target, so let's go take care of that after I pick up this other ring in the corner. Or maybe I'll just do it now. Yeah, so this is where you start to gain a benefit from the arbalest having perfect homing, because we can't get a straight shot, but we can shoot out to the side, and it'll turn right back around and hit the target, which is pretty cool. What's in here? It's a trap, of course. Hi-ho silver. Apparently these guys actually are horsemen and not lizardmen. At least I'm assuming that based on the noise they make. This is slightly different from the usual fight in that we have to light the two torches in the wall to even see what we're doing in this particular fight. And if you thought it was hard enough to lock on what you wanted when you could see what was going on, it's even harder to do now, but thankfully I get it right pretty easily. Somehow. So now let's fast forward this, because otherwise the fight is exactly the same as every other fight with these guys. Block, hit, dodge around them, to the back, stab them with whatever your weapon of choice is, and voila, open sesame. Thanks for the assist, Bumble. Get a piece of dream energy for our troubles. Pretty common theme here, and another dopey puzzle. I should probably start fast forwarding through these too, because at this point you've seen me solve so many of them that there's no real point in showing them over and over and over again. But I do get a little bit better at it, I guess. I mean, I'm proud of myself for not screwing this up. One more. Bingo. That's new. It's not an obvious collectible, that's for sure. So the puzzle here is, there are 4 switches that appear on the perimeter of the platform that we sort of circumnavigated to get into this actual door in the first place. And we have to hit all 4 with a weapon of our choice before the platform completes 1 rotation. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 switches. We get another floating platform. This one leads us past where that dream energy was. It doesn't look like it travels past it, but it actually goes right through it. I guess it follows a slightly different elevated path when it's actually showing you the path it takes the first time around. Hey, a slide. Whee! This is pretty fun. Maybe this is what ruins are actually like in Stompy's world. Let's get on here. There's a tummy up, or alright, or I just suck at this game. Go me. I am awesome. Second try! Alright, this is the first floating platform. And apparently I thought it was a good idea to get on Bumble in the middle of it, which apparently doesn't maintain my momentum, so let's make the most of it and pick up that piece of dream energy. Alright, that was 2. Third try. Any minute now, there we go. Third try. Let's get on Bumble first. I guess I thought that was a good idea. Let's take the non-conventional route since it's right there, and just float down here from the first floating platform. Get into this little corridor, and let's try to do this correctly this time. There we go. Pick up those last 2 rings and don't fall off, thank you. Alright, now the game starts spitting collectibles out of us. There's a few rings here, and 4 balloons, which we can pop with the arbalest. The items will fall all the way back down to the ground level. We'll pick them up. We'll have a reason to go back down there when we actually acquire the moon tile, so we'll pick them up then. It should be, that was a gold Essamon, a piece of dream energy, and somewhat predictably, this would be another gold Essamon, and the 4th one is a second piece of dream energy after I get past this spiked ball. God knows I do not want to fall off this a second time. Actually, a 4th time now, considering all the times I fell off floating platforms. So we have a veritable bonanza of collectibles as we actually get back down to the bottom after completing the climb to the top. Let's see what's up here. There's a switch you can push, but I just want to sort of investigate the upper part of the level first, just to make sure I'm not missing anything. So let's go hit this. And cameraman's a little slow, so it's going to take us a while to find out where we're actually going. I can sort of picture him running. I guess it goes hand in hand with the idea that maybe the cameraman in the dreams is the actual dreamer, which makes sense because Toma's a slow, fat old man. Alright, that's new. That's where the sheep was, yep. What a jerk. Man. Well, this is just peachy. So yeah, we have 40 seconds to get up the ramp. I don't know what the deal is with the peaches. They don't really affect you at all. Maybe they knock over Stompy when he's running by himself. But if you're on Bumble, which you should be if you're racing, it doesn't affect you at all. It just sort of shoves you out of the way. It's pretty dumb. It does sort of reinforce the idea that the sheep are in fact not on our side at all, because this one's being just an absolute pain in the butt. They just grow out of the floor, that's great. At least we know where he's getting his supply from. Magic. Yeah, you tell him. The wall out of your eyes, that's adorable. You know, the only reason that tile is in there in the first place is because you put it there. Stupid dirt sheep. Take your SM on. So, remember we can't actually fall off of anything without breaking the tile, so let's take a whack at it and throw it down. Maybe we'll get lucky and hit the actual panel. It takes a long time for it to get down there. There we go, you can hear the puzzle solved incorrectly sound when it finally hits ground zero. So here's what we have to do here. Once again, this puzzle, just like with Toma, puzzle's solution is slightly non-obvious. The sheep will do it for you. Hopefully nice of him, I suppose. That problem sort of created and then solved itself. Look at him go! Dive bombing sheep. Man. You can see the dream energy that we knocked down from balloons, and Toma must be having like deja vu from his own recurring nightmare that we just solved like 2 or 3 episodes ago. Banzai! What's he holding onto the panel with? Boing! Freaking sheep are indestructible. Maybe that's why they're jerks to us all the time, because they know we can't actually do anything. I guess he just wanted to feel involved. And of course, this just causes further problems for us because it locks this door and makes us fight 2 more horse guys. It actually turns out to be worth it in the long run. We're going to fast forward through this. At this point, I sort of discovered that you could sort of side vault around them and hit them that way, but in trying to learn to do this, I took a lot of damage, so just ignore all that while it's going on. Whack, whack, whack. There we go. Kill 2 of them, and the door opens, and we are rewarded with 2 tummy-up fragments, which is pretty nice, all things considered. Again, like a lot of optional levels, it's pretty easy to pick up the collectibles and sort of drop them right in front of you once you complete the objectives. Let's pick these up. That gives us 32 in total. And we'll take the direct route down to the ground floor to pick up the HP up fragment that we got from the sheep, and the last 4 collectibles. That's about all there is to do here. There's 1 more objective complete, the star panel, but I'll take care of that tomorrow. So I will see you then on the next episode of Let's Play Dual Hearts.